Woman took to Reddit because she's not happy about how her sister is sending guests a code of conduct list.
All right, so now they're talking about family code of conduct during Thanksgiving. How many times have we hearing this? The last time we heard it was during the pandemic. They were telling you how many people can come over your house, what you should talk about, what not to talk about. This is like they got to govern your mind, right? So I want to hear what they're talking about this Thanksgiving. Obviously, we just came through a storm of an election and people are pissed the fuck off. Personally, right from the gate, if you already know that some people you voted in a way that most of your family are not accustomed to voting, all right, well, don't invite them over or don't go over because you know shit gonna pop off.
Year, the Thanksgiving table can be a bit of a minefield for lots of different reasons, but a woman took to Reddit because she's not happy about how her sister is sending guests a code of conduct list. Guidelines to include no political discussions or controversial topics, a smart casual dress code, assigned seating, and photos that reflect well on the family. And guests have to agree and sign this before they can attend her gathering. What do you think?
I want to know what kind of photos were being taken at prior Thanksgivings.
That's the problem. This is a woman who knows her family. She knows her peeps, right? So obviously people have dressed inappropriately. They have taken pictures that were inappropriate. They have gotten into squabbles over politics. They are cross-cutting each other. It sounds a little like The View, but it sounds like this is what is happening at her table, and she's trying to head it off at the pass. I think
How do I think? What do I think about this? Like I said, right up front, I think, as we're moving into Thanksgiving, obviously is a time where most families come together, but there's a lot of tension inside of the country. People have been talking about, getting divorces over the election. And, so I think this person right now is just trying to set the expectations. Like, listen, I don't want none of the bullshit when you guys come over here. Can we agree to a few things, right? We're just going to have a good time. I already know there are a few people that don't particularly get along. So we're going to have this like wedding assigned seating. Not something I would necessarily do. And it really probably is a smaller gathering where it's not that many people. What my family gatherings, at least in the past, would be a lot of people. So you couldn't necessarily assign seating unless we were renting out a hall or something. But if you really, doing it that big, you might be looking for problems this year. If you already know how your family gets down, there's going to be some beef. But hey, at least you put it out there like, I'm still having it. If you agree to these terms, when you come over here, don't start no bullshit.
When you host, you take on so much. That sends me into the fetal position in anxiety, the thought of hosting. So if you are hosting and you tell me what to wear, what to say, what pictures I can bring, I'm like, yes, ma'am, I will do it. Like anything. Because that's a lot of work.
This woman sounds like she's a direct descendant of Benito Mussolini. I mean, can you imagine? And how do you enforce this? So if your family shows up, you kick him out?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh, that sounds
like family, you can kick him out.
Yeah, and seating charts can make a big difference. You put two wrong people together, and it can throw off the entire night.
And she's obviously done it before, so she's fixing it.
My only...
When I was getting married, we had like this, we had our rules, right? I wanted to make sure, like, listen, make sure everybody dress appropriate, because sometimes my family can get a little crazy, Not sure. But, some people don't follow the rules. And you want to sympathize with them, but they're not following the rules. It's kind of disrespectful. So again, if I set forth my rules and you come to my house, you got to follow the rules, man. I think this generation is about that life. Like, it's not like back in the day when people used to be like, oh, this family, nah, fuck that. Because we learned that family is full of shit sometimes.
The rule of Thanksgiving is don't show up empty-handed, but if you can't cook, just bring wine.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And know that you can't cook is also helpful.
Only thing I want is for folks not to be at the table with phones. Joy.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, it's not really an issue for me because we have my daughter, her husband, and my grandson, and me and Steve. That's it. It's not like Marjorie.
Like, you can't have your phone at the table. Grown adults, I think that's a little extra. When you got kids, that's a little different. Extended family coming over and you tell them they can't have phones. I don't know. What do you think?